We are in the final stretch now of the international break and are closing in on the Premier League returning as we take on Nottingham Forest this Saturday. In today's video, we'll discuss all of the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours that includes some shock news that has left Red supporters fuming. Before we get into it though, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. With less than a year left on his contract, Virgil van Dijk has insisted he wanted to remain the big leader for Liverpool and the Netherlands for the next 2 years. Last season, Van Dijk showed he is still one of the very best defenders in Europe, and he has now confirmed his intention to stay at the top until at least the 2026 World Cup. Speaking to the media while on duty with the Netherlands, the captain said, "At both teams I am still Virgil van Dijk, the big leader, and I certainly want to remain that for the next 2 years. This is significant because it effectively confirms he intends to extend his time at Liverpool beyond next summer when his contract expires." Van Dijk was tired after this summer's European Championships, where the Netherlands were knocked out by England in the semi-finals. It was a very long and intense season last year, including the Euros, the centre-back added. "I focus on the team and the boys so much. I always try to talk and I'm constantly busy with everyone. I've had that responsibility for years. As captain, it's the team first and then yourself, but it should not be at the expense of your own performance. In my opinion, I've always managed that very, very well." With the Reds' defence less susceptible to counter-attacks thanks to a slight change in the system under Arne Slot, Van Dijk has helped keep 3 consecutive clean sheets for Liverpool. He continued, "I am very much important on and off the pitch. I don't like to say that about myself, but I am. The responsibility at the club and at the national team is super big." Klopp was the manager to bring the Dutchman to Anfield, and though he was now left, the Liverpool's number 4 remains confident he can push for silverware on Merseyside. After Liverpool's 2-0 win over Brentford, Van Dijk told Sky Sports, "The thing is I want to play the best season I can, and again, I want to be important and stay important for the club. Whatever happens next year, we'll see. Everything happens for a reason. That's how I see it. And for now, there's been no changes in my situation, but I'm very calm about it and there's no reason for me to start thinking for something else. I have a whole season to play still, and hopefully it'll be a successful one." On Liverpool and Anfield, he continued, "It's home. It's a special place, and whatever happens in the future, Anfield has a special place in my heart. I'm not playing football to lose or not become successful. Obviously, it's never guaranteed like we all saw last season. I want to win every big competition we're competing in. I want to go as far as possible." Mo Salah, who is also in the last year of his contract, has also issued a similar message, saying that on the Premier League's YouTube channel, that we just need to carry on and try and win big trophies this season. Trent Alexander-Arnold remains the only one of Liverpool's 3 players with uncertain contract situations to not publicly say he wants to stay at the club beyond next summer. In some shock Liverpool news, not because he wants to leave, but the fact he has came out and spoke so openly and publicly on wanting to leave with the window having already closed, whilst also leaving a slight dig on Liverpool. Yes, Kelleher admitted he wants to go after the signing of Georgi Mamardashvili signalled Liverpool's decision to go in another direction. Last season, Kelleher played 26 times for Liverpool and lifted the 2nd League Cup of his young career. However, once Alisson returned to fitness, the Irishman was immediately displaced. Kelleher hasn't been shy about saying that he wants to be a number 1 goalkeeper for a top club, and has now issued perhaps the strongest statement yet. The Irish Times report Kelleher's comments with the goalkeeper saying, "I made it clear in the last few years I want to go and be a number 1 and play week in and week out. The club made the decision to get another goalkeeper. From the outside looking in, it looks like they have made a decision to go in another direction. My ambition has always been clear, the last few seasons, that I want to be a number 1. It looks like it's 100% my decision, but at times it's not always in my hands." Some Liverpool fans have fumed on social media over his public comments, as they believe it's disrespectful to come out and take digs at the club despite him being under a healthy contract. Some fans also state that Kelleher should be relishing the thought of competition, and fans believe that his mentality is not right following his comments. Over the summer, Liverpool agreed to sign the Georgian keeper for £29 million, but he will remain at Valencia for at least another season. With Jaros returning from an impressive loan spell at Storm Graz, Kelleher will have hope this would allow him to leave this summer, but no transfer materialised. "My ambition is to go out and play and be number 1, Kelleher added. It had been reported that Liverpool had rejected a few bids as well. It's not always in my hands to make the decision. My ambition is to prove I am good enough to play week in and week out." The Reds value Kelleher at around £35 million and a reasonable fee in the current climate given his talent and relative experience for a 25-year-old goalkeeper. However, they didn't receive offers close to that this summer, the club notably rejecting a bid from Nottingham Forest that was well below Liverpool's valuation, according to Paul Joyce. The Athletic also added that the proposed deal would have seen Forest's American keeper Matt Turner move to Anfield. For a goalkeeper of Kelleher's talent, though, it is understandable he does want to play week in and week out at a high level, but we would say keep those matters inside the club and don't come out and blast the club publicly. In other news, Jurgen Quansah has shown impressive maturity in his response to being subbed at halftime in Liverpool's opening game of the season, saying that it's given him a kick up the backside. The 21-year-old has spoken about the substitution versus Ipswich for the first time this week while on international duty with England's under-21s, saying that he was initially disappointed but talks with Arne Slot, it has given him new focus ahead of the new season. While Quansah wasn't particularly poor in the opening 45 minutes, Slot saw an improvement in the team's ability to win aerial duels and brought on Konate, who has started the last 2 games since. Speaking to the media, including The Standard, Quansah explained it's a long season. I have the whole season to prove myself. It's given me a kick up the backside, you could say. I'll keep grafting on the training pitch and that's all it is. It's never a nice feeling as a footballer to be subbed off at half-time, but at the end of the day, it was the gaffer's decision, but it was the right one. Thankfully, though disappointed at first, Quansah has reacted positively to the incident, with Slot saying, I spoke to him immediately after the game, spoke to him the day after on Sunday, and at the end of that conversation he asked if he could train. Now speaking during a week in which he was awarded man of the match for England's under-21s against Northern Ireland's under-21s, Quansah added, I can only focus on myself, improve myself, kick forward and move on to the next game. As a young defender of a similar style, learning from Virgil van Dijk will have undoubtedly helped Quansah's progression. He said, the way Virgil talks you through the game, I've never heard anyone like it. He might annoy us at times, but it's all for the greater good. With all that experience he has in the situations he's been in, it's only fair that he can share his knowledge so we can be the best players we can. I'll have to be one of the best centre-halves in Europe if I'm starting for Liverpool. It's always been the goal since I was young. I've always wanted to be the best in the world in my position, and so I'm striving for that, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. I'm not going to get disheartened if it's not 2026. I know what I need to do and hopefully I keep on improving. The more and more games I play, it will come and it's about taking that opportunity. The form Quansah showed during a breakthrough campaign last year, making 33 appearances, proved he has the potential to be a defender who not only does his job but actively makes Liverpool a better side. While life under Slot may not have gotten off to a brilliant start on the personal level, the Reds' young centre-half has shown he has the mentality and talent to go far in the game. Liverpool fans, what do you make of the Kelleher's comments during international duty about him wanting to leave and giving the club a sly dig? As stated, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's video, why not hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.